Yeah, this is Paul. Yeah. I was looking at the word climate. The weather conditions of a certain region, generalized or average, over a period of years, the prevailing atmosphere. Yeah. Uh, the climate of some cities and counties and states has been changing. Yeah. And there was a time when I had talked to the Army and Navy because they've been around for quite a long time. I think right about the time of the ratification of the Constitution. Yeah. The United States had needed an army and had needed a navy. Now, at that time, there were no Marines, there was no Air Force. Actually, I don't even think there was a Coast Guard. It was just Army or Navy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And most of the Navy's activities happened on the sea. If you had noticed, there's quite a bit of ocean around the United States. You've got the Atlantic Ocean on the east side. You've got the Gulf of Mexico on the south side. And then you've got the Pacific Ocean on the west side. Now, right about the time of the ratification of the Constitution, they had an army and they had a navy. Now, you have a tough time believing this, but the Army and the Navy has been actually watching what's been going on with the weather for about 250 years. And at one point, I wanted to get all those records for the last 250 years. I'd sent a little email about acts of God. Now, let's say you're you're not doing what the law requires. Okay, Amendment number 14. You're an incorporated city, and instead of actually enforcing the law, you decide you're going to be a law unto yourself. And I sue every city so that they're unincorporated. They're back into the county where they started from. So we move back to the county and state system that existed before the incorporation of cities. Now, I know a lot of cities, counties, states, they're involved in this whole climate warming problem. But I'd sent an email. That the only way you're going to cool the land is to freeze the upper atmosphere. Right. But I noticed there's quite a few still doing this climate warming problem thing. When I had already given an answer to the problem. Yeah. Now, let's say, why don't you give me all the climate warming legislation, yes, and all the employees involved in trying to solve climate warming? Right. Total amount being spent on a problem that already has a solution. Yes, 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 yes. And then I'm going to sue every city. I know that. For unincorporating them, getting rid of their police departments and their structures of government, all those elected oaths of office that are library trustees, fire marshals, yeah, mayors, city councils. We won't need any of them. Now, give me all the money being spent on climate warming, all the legislation that was or was not being signed, and then look at my solution. What do you say we steam some ocean water